So, if you don't recall, Radio Commander is a game that I've covered in the past. Is this one of the games you have access to for 3 months but couldn't tell us? No, that's Sea Power. I'm playing Sea Power in 2 days. I have early access to that. No embargo either. Anyway, so this is Radio Commander. So the first game did have voice recognition, but if I recall rightly, I could never get it working, and I actually booted it up to test it, and again, I still couldn't get the voice recognition for the original game working. But this was Radio Commander. And if you don't recall, if you haven't seen this video, which is the full campaign, here's the thing. I like what it was trying to do, but this isn't a good game. This is the original one that came out that absolutely fascinated me. I was like, this is such a cool idea that you're, you know, a guy on the map doing the thing, whatever. Cool. Amazing. But then Radio General came out, and, Radio General is just Radio Commander, but it's actually a good video game. Radio Commander is way more of a visual novel. And that's a really weird thing to say about a game that's quite clearly a map game, but you've got to realize that all of these missions are heavily pre-scripted. Like, if you don't move your guys to specific locations, the missions just won't continue. In some missions, there's invisible enemies that suddenly attack you. In other missions, there's unkillable mortars. I actually replayed this mission like 10 times over, trying to figure out if I could save them. The enemies are invincible and also invisible. Like, if you kill all the enemies around them, they'll still get attacked by invisible enemies. The mortars, you can't stop them. You can't evacuate them with helicopters. You can't tell them to move off the hill. You can't do anything to save them. So that's why I never really liked Radio Commander as much, because ultimately, Radio Commander is a novel. It's telling you a story, and if you try and deviate from that story, it doesn't work. Editor Rimmy here just to really touch on something I noticed, and I'm going to summarize way faster than I said it on the stream. Basically, there are 2 development teams, one that made Radio Commander and a new one that is working on Radio Commander Pacific General. Those guys actually made like simulations of Westerplatte and ports and UAVs and such before making games. This seems to be their first game. Now, the reason I bring it up is because when I went to their website, I noticed something really cool about this game. That being this 2 levels of command image, where it basically implies that you'll be in command of the entire campaign as well as the tactical battles. However, this isn't referenced anywhere on the store page or in like the early access roadmap as far as I can see, so I have to wonder if this was a planned feature that is now completely cut, which would be very sad if so. Anyway, enjoy the demo. Wow, okay, one of the main things that I liked about Radio Commander originally was that you were actually in a base. How do I get up from here? Oh, toggle view. Oh, wow, okay, real. Wow, that's kind of shitty. So in Radio Commander, you actually walked around your tent and you could see the artillery firing when you wanted artillery, or you could see the helicopter take off when you told it to take off, you know, and you could see you were in a fob, basically. It was really cool. This is clearly going for the same thing, but is definitely not as good. I was just on a carrier, though, over in San Diego, so seeing stuff like this is really cool. Oh, that's cool. There's a little, like, Japanese, English, like, glossary down here. See, I know that one. Nani, kawa! The staff does not expect a strong Japanese presence, which is why only a few scouting flights have been conducted.
Attention! This is your commander speaking.
Ooh.
Our objective is to capture the airfield. This is important for the next phase of the operation. This mission was arranged quickly, so we only had time to gather basic intel. We know there are Japanese forces on the island, but we don't know where exactly.
Our guys are on the march. Let's see what they do.
Crossbow. This is Grill Work 01. Contact enemy infantry 30 or so.
Okay.
At 22189 out.
Gotcha, Grillwork. I don't know how 2 platoons are losing to 1 Japanese platoon, but anyway.
We are not sure what's the result.
What's your status, mate?
Grillwork 1, this is Crossbow. Report status. Over.
Crossbow. This is Grill Work 01. 27 men. We've been ordered to pull back, exchanging fire. Reporting to KIA. 1 wounded. Our morale is excellent. We are fresh. Ammo full. Out.
They're losing faith?
This is
oh, there we go.
01. Enemy surrenders. Out.
Okay.
Sir, beachhead is secured. Now our tanks can deploy safely. Our boys also
Who is this guy?
The enemies we defeated are asking for shelter in exchange for information.
Okay.
Well done. Let's bring our tanks back and find out what intel they gathered. We need to find that
I'm
camp. Hopefully they're
already
not lying
feeling
to
like
us.
this is more of a visual novel style game, unfortunately, which is making me a bit sad.
This
Papa
is Real
Bear.
Work 01.
Look,
Moving
I ain't
to
gonna lie, I like
2, 1,
Crossbow,
8,
but
8,
Papa
7,
Bear
3,
has a certain ring to it that Crossbow's never gonna beat. I'm sorry. Also, I just like the voice actor in the first one more, I think. When the enemy is identified and in range, tanks will automatically begin firing. They can even move, even while under fire, so they don't require engage and withdraw orders. You can simply command them to move. They travel much faster than infantry. They can't drive everywhere. Forests and steep slopes are impassable.
Grill Work 03. Movement in
Yep.
sight.
This is Harpoon. That's probably us you've seen. Out.
Love that. Love that's the thing in this game.
This is Harpoon. Enemy morale is breaking.
I would
Out.
hope so. You're a bunch of tanks and they're just a couple of infantry.
This is Harpoon. Unit hit. Unit hit. Out.
With what? Hold on.
Crossbow. This is Harpoon. 12.
Okay.
Units. We are. Exchanging fire. Reporting. No loss. 1. Unit damage. We're feeling good. Morale high. Fuel level high. Ammo full. Out. 3.
I'm gonna get you to
Out.
withdraw.
Sir, the destroyer has steamed to the position.
God,
Real Work
are you
3.
okay,
This
buddy?
is
Do you need me to get like food
Crossbow.
out of your mouth? What's going on, dude?
4, 6, 8, 6,
Sir,
0.
sir.
Over.
You have failed me for the last time. No, sir, please.
Hallelujah. Thank you, officer. Attention all units. A destroyer finally arrived and is in position.
This is Harpoon. Unit destroyed. We have casualties.
Oh
Out.
no.
Grill Work 3.
Go.
This is Crossbow.
Again, how are they
Move
dealing
2,
this damage
2,
at range? You
4,
are Japanese,
1,
like,
8,
bayonets.
5,
You don't even have, like,
4,
Panzerfaust. What are you
over.
doing? How are you hurting my guys at such range? So I found this old website ages ago that showed
This is Grill Work
various-
03.
shut up.
Position reached.
anti-tank
We are at
weapons.
2,
So here's the Type
4,
97,
1,
right?
8,
There's the Type
5,
99 AT
4,
mine, Type 2 AT rifle grenade, right? But the thing that amazed me down here was the experimental AT guns, right? So they had actually apparently made a Type 5 45mm recoilless gun and a Type 4 7mm anti-tank rocket launcher. But apparently they made like 3,500, which is a fuck ton of them, but they never left the homeland. Like they were intended for use in the defense of the homeland. So I don't know, like it'd be interesting to see. This is one of the only references I've ever seen to them having these weapons. It's so hard to find any reference to them having
Sir,
one of these.
We
Oh.
found the camp the prisoners were talking
Oh my
about.
god, that's crazy. 1 second, I'm busy. See, this is their Type 4 AT rocket launcher. See? It also had a stand and everything. It was a very odd weapon. It used a mortar fuse.
According to the intel we have about the enemy's camp, they're running out of men to cover every part of the island. Therefore, they've decided to reinforce only the borders of the island. This means the road through the center of the island should be easier to traverse. We're gonna use that to our advantage. Good job, everyone.
I mean, I was kind of already doing that, but thanks. God, I can't
This
believe...
is Grill Work 02.
I spent so
Position
long
reached.
searching for them.
We are at 2,
Alright.
6.
This is Harpoon. We are running out of fuel. Out.
Already? Huh?
This is Harpoon. We're running out of ammo.
You're running out of ammo as well. What the fuck? Bro, did you bring any supplies with you? Okay. Grill Work 2. What's the
Grill Work
position?
2.
This is Grill Work 02.
God, you're not even
Reporting
close.
position
Okay.
2, 3, 9, 8.
Grill Work
6,
1.
9. Moving to 1, 8, 0, 8, 4,
Grill
3.
Work 1. This is
Crossbow. This is Grill Work
Okay, down the
01.
road a bit.
Review.
Alright.
Crossbow. This is Harpoon. We are under attack from 1, 8, 7, 8, 3, 4. Out.
Harpoon. This
Yeah.
is Crossbow. Move to
This
1.
is Harpoon. Moving. This is Grill Work 01. This is Harpoon. This is Harpoon. Unit hit. Unit hit. Out.
God, how are you getting hurt like this
This is
bad?
Harpoon. Enemy morale is breaking. This is Harpoon. No
Okay.
longer.
This is Grill Work 03.
This is
Yep.
Harpoon. Crossbow. This is Harpoon. Ammo level critical.
Bro, what is... How?
This is Grill Work 01. Movement in sight.
Good.
Infantry. Force. This is Harpoon. We are under attack from 1, 9. This is Harpoon. Enemy surrenders. Out.
Be expected. Good. How the hell are these guys so low ammunition? I'm just gonna, like, floor them
Crossbow. This is Harpoon.
down the road to this
Destination reached.
position, I think.
We're at.
This is Argument. We are under attack from
Oh,
2, 4,
shit.
6, 8, 2, 3. Out.
Argument.
Get the
This is
fuck
crossbow.
out of there, argument.
Move
Actually,
2,
even
2,
better, argument.
8, 9, 8, 7.
Hold
1.
on.
Over.
Move at double time.
Argument. This is crossbow. Move 2, 2, 8, 6.
Warship is sinking.
No!
This is
Are
our-
you shitting me?
2, 2, 8, 9, 8.
Well,
1 out.
that was
7,
done
5,
immediately.
8 down.
Wow.
Over.
Excellent. So it was on the south side of the island. Oh well. That was instantaneous. I don't think I'm having enough fun to restart for arguments, so I'm just gonna try and like complete this anyway. Yeah, insane that a coastal gun instantaneously sunk a destroyer. Ultimately, this is kind of my problem, is that the combat in this game is not super interesting. It is kind of just spam through it to get to the end.
Drill work 1. This is crossbow.
If I had argument, I could have called in
Move 2,
Fire Sport, which would be
1,
nice,
4,
but, well,
9,
he's
8,
gone.
4,
Also, the
2,
time I did call in didn't seem
over.
to do anything, but anyway. Well,
Crossbow. This is
it's a
our
fucking Japanese tiger, run! I really hope my harpoon can actually do his job here. This is more of a battle than like Radio Commander kind of was, but at the same time, it is the very simplistic, straightforward combat stuff that I'm not hyper interested in. It's very basic. Probably could have driven them through this little gap here and around instead. That's my plan. If I saw artillery, I was going to go back around. I was not expecting to sink it instantaneously upon spotting the ship. That was kind of kooky. All right, come on.
Message.
Sir, we cannot reach.
Yeah, I know, buddy.
What a nightmare. Well,
Cool. Enemy wounded. Yeah, God, they actually outnumber us entirely. Jesus Christ. All right, but I'm just gonna speed through it. I'll be honest. I'm already back on the side of I don't think this game's very fun. The game is so fucking simplistic. When your units fight each other, it's just fight, fight, fight. They just take damage. They take damage. They take damage. There's nothing you can really do beyond the initial positioning. The problem is, if you get engaged in combat, you then can't move to a better position. You're just stuck there. The tanks are the only guys that can move, but they were also running out of fuel and ammo the entire time, which was weird. I think the only real option is like just always outnumber the enemy like, at all times. Never, ever, ever move solo units, because you should always just try and have as many guys in one position as possible. We're always going to be in a situation where we just have to mass numbers in order to win the fight, because any casualties we take are going to reduce our effectiveness as we go across the island. And they have a lot more infantry than we do, which is very silly for an invasion. But anyway.
Good. Argument. Contact. Enemy. GIs. 30.
Wait,
or so
what?
Men
Huh?
at 1, 9, 4, 8, 8, 9, out.
Wait, what?
This is
Argument spotted enemy infantry on the shore. What the fuck? Okay.
1. This is argument. We are under attack from 1.
What
6,
the shit?
3, 8,
Are you
7,
kidding
0,
me?
Out.
Okay, if this sinks again, I'm gonna be so mad.
This is crossbow. Move 2, 1.
What is the range of those coastal guns?
8. Over. Argument. This is crossbow. Report position. Over.
Where are you?
Crossbow. This is argument. Steaming to 1, 7, 5, 8, 9, 8, out. This is argument. Our current position is 1, 9,
Okay,
2,
again.
8, 9, 6. Steaming to
Yeah,
1.
I guess
Warship
I from
is
one-
sinking. 7,
Yep,
5,
yep,
8,
immediately
9, 8,
sunk again.
out.
Holy shit, this enemy coastal artillery is insufferable. Wow. No, they weren't sunk by bayonets, they were sunk by enemy coastal artillery, which has an insane range. Wow, okay, alright. Yeah, no, fuck it, let's just see if we can win this mission. I don't know, I don't care. We've already had the things fucking sink twice again. I'm once again compressing my long drawn out stream thoughts into a short video thought. So let me explain why this kind of miffed me so badly. First of all, if you know anything about World War II, you should know that a coastal artillery battery sinking a mobile destroyer in 20 to 30 seconds is frankly extraordinary. But it was more about the mission design itself. First of all, none of the objectives actually reference the locations or give us any sort of hints towards the coastal batteries. Even after capturing Hill 67 in the enemy camp, nothing mentions it. The game also tells you to take the middle road because there's no defenses on that middle road and you should be using that. So of course you're encouraged to take the middle road rather than checking the side roads, which is where the enemy coastal artillery is. But let's say I do want to look for the artillery. I have two options, tanks or infantry. Now, infantry, the problem with them is that as you send them around, they degrade over time. Every battle they get in, they just get more and more wounded until eventually they're combat ineffective. And there is lots of enemy infantry scattered around the island waiting to ambush your troops. So it's not a great idea to just send them out searching for coastal artillery. However, you can't send the tanks either, because from where they spawn to the airfield that is the main objective is nearly their entire fuel capacity. In fact, by the end of the mission, both times I played it, they were on critically low fuel by the end. In one time that actually ran out by the time we got to the airfield. So you can't even send your tanks to go investigate. And you might wonder, well, maybe the tanks are to take out the coastal artillery and then the destroyers for the airfield, but no, because the mission tells you to use your tanks to attack the airstrip from the high ground if you capture Hill 67. So honestly, I don't really know what their plan here was. Most people are going to lose the destroyer and then just be like weirded out by what just happened. Even the one time I did call in destroyer's artillery, it didn't seem to do anything to the enemy. I don't know if it's just got like a really small effective radius or something, but it wasn't great. Anyway, that's my weird touch on how oddly designed this mission is. Cheers. Harpoon is driven from here to here to here and is already low on fuel. Oh yeah, it's also low on ammo as well. And by the way, Harpoon is for one enemy infantry unit so far.
01.
Alright, so we know there's an enemy tank here as well.
This is Grill Work 02.
Let's get Grill Work 1 down the hill.
Grill Work 1, this is
Crossbow.
Crossbow. This
Come
is
on.
Grill Crossbow. This
Okay,
is Grill
enemy
Work
has surrendered.
02.
Harpoon, I want you to tell
Men
us
at
about the contacts right
17.
now.
Crossbow. This is Harpoon.
This is Grill Work 03.
Are the enemy tanks dead, I guess? I don't know.
1728 crossbow. This is Crossbow.
This is Harpoon.
Okay, enemies have surrendered. I don't know where the tanks went. Let's,
Sir, our units have secured the
Nope.
airstrip.
We
Grill
just...
Work 3, this is Crossbow.
Airstrip's ours.
2172807. Over. Amazing. Attention. The airstrip has been captured. Good job, boys. We all deserve some rest. Set up posts and patrols because there may be stragglers hiding on the island. Otherwise, we can rest a bit until the fleet arrives.
My god. Okay. After marching to the island, discovering the abandoned camp and helping the tanks, you're able to capture the objective. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that this game has enough going for it. Like, I hope the missions in this are better than Radio Commanders, but that mission alone was already reminiscent of how annoying Radio Commanders missions were. That's the demo, by the way. That's it. I don't know. In Radio Commander, everything was kind of pre-scripted. It was very much like you walk into your guys, you find the enemy, you call in fire support on them, you keep doing that, repeat, 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 repeat. There was just so little actual command decisions you make, and this game is the same. Like, I don't know, what command decisions was I really making there? About the one decision I would ever make is trying to position my units for combat. So I want the high ground and I want, a flanking position. Cool idea. Problem with that, as soon as a unit starts engaging the enemies, it can no longer move. Tanks are the exception, but infantry are your like mainstay. They can no longer move once they're engaged. So once they're engaged, you can't do anything. And also, your units will all try and move along the fastest path, like the road, for example, to get to their position. You don't have like fine waypoint control over your units. The problem with that is if you send a unit of, let's say, 3 platoons down a road to spread out into a forest, if they meet enemies on the road, they're all just going to be on the road together. And so they're just going to sit there and fight together. And there's not really like much you can kind of do to avoid that. I mean, like the fire support from the destroyer would have been the one thing I could have actively called in, which would have helped, I guess, a bit. Unfortunately, the way the mission was designed, you basically had to go out of your way to do something that you wouldn't have done in order to destroy it. It's weird that Hill 97 capturing that wouldn't tell me about the enemy coastal battery, which I presumably could have seen from that position, you know? But not even that worked, so the game doesn't ever tell you where the coastal batteries are, gives you no hints or information as to any ideas where they are, and they are just in weird positions. They are just like on the edges of the island. They aren't like, you know, at the airstrip, they aren't at the town, they aren't at like any sort of fortified position, they're just on their own kind of thing. So, why would you go out of your way to risk a unit that is already, every combat your guys get in, they just get degraded. They get worse and worse and worse, because they just take unavoidable casualties, basically. There's no way to say like, alright, take it chill, don't engage, we're gonna set up and then we'll all attack at once, or like, you know, just take it chill, we'll call in fire support or whatever. No, they're always taking casualties as soon as they're engaged. At least Radio Command, I remember, wasn't as bad for that. Radio General's a lot better when it comes to that. So, I don't really want to stream anything else today. I did want to keep a quick stream, because I need to go, got a birthday party for my old man tonight. But we will quickly jump over, and I'll show you Radio General. Yeah, tank groups losing tanks against Japanese infantry, that was just annoying. I just didn't like that. Let's show Radio General real quick, just to show the comparison. Let's do campaign. There's a co-op mode as well. We've done the co-op, it's very fucking fun. And then you go to continue over. And here you go, here's your armies. So these are all, what's it called? Persistent armies, rather. So you've got your different types of units. Here are the riflemen, right? These are the rifle companies, I think. You've got snipers, you've got tanks, you've got artillery, you've got engineers, you've got several other types of units as well. Some of them aren't in this game mode right here. Oh, here we go. Anti-tank guns, tanks, snipers, engineers, scouts, infantry, air support, and you do get destroyers in certain missions as well. This is why I much prefer this game. So we'd go like, let's go... Able. Move to Golf 2. There we go. See? And then Baker's got an update. Cool. Baker. See, I can go minefield, build... Disregard. Good, okay, try to build a bridge. Excellent. Alright. Oh! There we go. Enemy artillery. So see, Able has found enemy artillery, and they're gonna go kill him. Because they're snipers. Able. Able. Report status.
Able here. Engage that Delta 1. In combat against Alligator at Goal 2. Everyone is still combat ready.
See, I much prefer Radio General. This game is just so much better. Oh, there we go, it does work. Okay. So here you go, this is the real units thing. See what I mean by, like, this being more of an RTS? See, normally you can't see this stuff, you have to ask them for their info, but yeah, this guy's already, he's not taking any damage, right? Because snipers are really good against anti-tank and artillery. They're really bad against everything else, basically. I think they're also okay against... No, scouts beat snipers, that's right. But you can see their cover is not very high. Our cover's higher. Their morale is going down. Their health is going down as well. There's Tango 6 and Tango 4. I don't see their minefields, but I'm pretty sure they have one in this mission. There's an anti-tank gun, so if we took our tanks this way, that'd be a bad idea. But we sent our infantry this way, it'd be a good idea. Anti-tank gun here as well, supported by infantry. It's just, this game is what I wanted out of Radio Commander. This is an actual radio RTS, and the enemies do real things. The only complaint I have with this game, with Radio General in, you know, kind of in idea, is that a lot of the missions have very static enemies. There's a few missions where the enemies do move, but I wish there were more. I wish there were more enemy counterattacks, more enemy motion and such. But there are a good few that have enemy movement, and they are very fun. It's just a lot of missions are like this, where the enemies are kind of dug in and they don't move. But the enemies, once they retreat, they'll like retreat to the highlands and shit, and you have to like chase them down and shit, you know? It's really well done. In comparison to Radio Commander, this is so much of a better game, you know? Able. Aerial Recon. Foxtrot 10. There we go. Oh, right. No, I did know about this. They give you a literal aerial picture. I forgot about this. So see, we got an actual aerial image from the aircraft that shows us that there is some infantry there. There is an anti-tank gun and an anti-tank gun. That is... Oh, and some artillery over there. That's so fucking cool. I love that you can actually get aerial reconnaissance photos. It's so fucking cool. That is... I love this game. Charlie. Fire barrage at. Golf 11. There we go. You can also manually command if you don't like using voice commands as well. See, with right click. Let's check period as well. Let's see what they're doing. Oh, so these guys are retreating. Yes, they do retreat from the artillery barrage, right? So he took a fuck ton of damage as retreating. He took a little bit of damage because he's entrenched. Those tanks are mostly fine. The infantry's a bit wounded. But there you go. And see, there's more tanks up there. There's tanks down here. I like this game a lot. I will see you guys Wednesday afternoon or Thursday morning for Sea Power. And yeah, have a good one. Farewell, everyone. Goodbye.